Becoming a healthy queen mother, mental health. My name is Dwayne. I will be your facilitator for the session. The goal of the session is to guide the queen mother to her own version of mental health. Mental health comes first because mental stability is the foundation of a powerful queen mother. The first thing you need to do to maintain or enhance your mental health is you need to discover, destroy, create. You need to discover structures that have been created from your raw energy, harmful structures. Once you discover those harmful structures, Once you discover the harmful structures, you need to destroy the structure itself. You cannot destroy energy, but you can destroy the structure. After you destroy the structure, create something new from the energy that is left behind. Example, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. is a measurement of time that currently has no plans assigned to it. Okay. This time represents raw energy, your energy. You need to discover, okay, what is causing you pain. You need to look through your life and you need to write it down. You need to discover what parts of your life bring you pain. And in this case, you discovered that scrolling through social media is taking up so much time where you could be doing something else. Now that you've discovered that, you need to destroy the structure. So, how do you destroy the structure that has been built from your time? Simply stop scrolling through social media from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's that simple to destroy the structure. You have to if you have to stick to it or the structure will be recreated, okay? So once you destroy a structure, don't rebuild it. Simply not doing that anymore frees up 4 hours in your day. So as you live and breathe, those 4 hours represent your raw energy. As you are alive, as you are awake during that time, what are you doing with that energy? What are you doing with that time? So now you create something from the raw energy left behind. Now that you have 4 hours, what are you going to do with it? Create something that serves your life. For example, doing your hair the way you've always wanted it done for weeks. Okay, there are so many things that you can fill that space with, so many things that you can fill that gap with. But if you want to be mentally healthy, you need to fill that gap with something that serves you. It doesn't have to be something super responsible as long as it serves your purpose, whatever purpose that may be. Anything that brings you joy, anything that helps you. Okay. So you discover it. And for some people, 4 hours on social media, it doesn't hurt them. But if it hurts you, you need to discover it, destroy it, and recreate something else. Let's move on. So, what I want you to do is just to be careful while you're doing this, because if you target surface pain, it'll have you skip over the true pain. Okay. So, if there's something happening to you on the surface, that is a stem of something that's deeper within you. You need to target the thing that is deeper within you, not the surface thing. If you have to keep digging, keep digging. Let's look at the example. Okay, here's a bad example. Here's how you target surface pain. Having to wake up early brings me pain because I am always so tired. It's like torture. Okay, here's a better example. Here's a good example of targeting the root of the pain. Not getting enough sleep brings me pain because I am always so tired. It's like torture. So, what you can see is here it says the pain you're saying having to wake up is the thing that is bringing you pain. Having to wake up early brings you pain, but that's not what brings you pain, because if you got enough sleep, if you woke up early, it wouldn't be no deal. If you got enough sleep, if you have to wake up early, it would not bring you pain at all. So that's not what's really bringing you pain. What's bringing you pain is that you have to wake up, period, and you don't have enough sleep. This is what I mean by targeting the root of the pain. Do not target the surface, because if you target the surface, you're going to be having all types of targets. And even if you destroy these targets, they're going to come right back, or something crazy is going to replace it, because you never targeted the root cause of the pain. So write down what brings you pain and come up with a plan on how to dismantle the structure. Everyone is unique, so your plan must be something that fits you in your own way. Make sure you keep the list private, because the list may hurt the feelings of other people if they're involved in your root pain. Okay? Make the list alone. Moving on to the next step in the mental health. Low self esteem is also a sign that you have accepted the pain as part of who you are. Okay. Low self esteem poisons creativity. If you want to be healthy mentally, you must love yourself. You must believe in yourself. A healthy queen mother does not have low self esteem. The one major key to help boost your self esteem is just knowing that you will never be perfect. And that is why you are perfect. Enlightenment is knowing how much you don't know so that you can continue to learn and grow. If you love yourself, you will understand, first of all, if you love yourself, no matter how you look, becoming the best version of yourself, you are the most beautiful version of yourself. Do not compare yourself to other people. If you become the best version of yourself and you love yourself, no matter what you look like, your swagger level, your energy level will be so high that people will just admire you for that alone. These are the steps to boost your self esteem. Step number one, affirmations. Every morning when you first wake up, I want you to say this affirmation. My name is first name, last name. I love myself. I will never give up on trying to become the best me I can be. So I will give you an example on how to say this. Again, my name is Dwayne Kendrick. I love myself. I will never give up trying to become the best me I can be. I want you to say that once every morning when you wake up. Step number two, live in your purpose and flex your power. I want you to make a list of everything, and I mean everything that you are good at. This may not be something you love to do. The only requirement is that you're really good at it. Now find a way to teach this skill to other people. So when you live in your purpose, if you're doing what you feel like you came here to do, that will help you boost your self esteem because you will feel confident in yourself. You will love yourself because you feel like you are fulfilling your destiny. Step number three, reward yourself just because you can. Reward yourself. Do things that you love to do. Eat food that you love to eat. Go places where you love to go. Even if you have to go by yourself, do things that make you happy every time you get a chance. This will help you boost your self esteem. Step number four, stop trash talking yourself. You may trash talk yourself consciously. I'm nothing but a dumbass. You may say stuff like that. You may trash talk yourself subconsciously, so you don't say it out loud, but you feel it. You may feel like you may feel the trash talking and say it in your mind. You're not worthy. You're not good enough. Stop it. Don't let it come out. Don't let it come out as a joke. So many people do it as a joke. I'm just a bullshitter, or I'm no good. Don't listen to me. That stuff seeps into your subconscious mind and you play it out in real life. Other people, it also seeps into their conscious and subconscious mind. So if you keep telling everyone, I'm just a jokester that doesn't know anything, I'm just a jokester that doesn't know anything, I'm just a jokester that doesn't know anything, even though people know that you know some things and they know that you're not always a jokester, if you continue to trash talk yourself to them, they're going to look at you as a jokester that doesn't know anything. So when you trash talk yourself, it seeps into the subconscious mind of other people and including yourself when you do it. Stop doing that cold turkey. Stop trash talking yourself. Step number five, understand what you are. What are you? Step number five, if you understand that you are a human being, a human on planet Earth, what are you? What can you do? What have the people, your ancestors who came before you, what have they done? Understand how powerful they are, then that you have that similar power. Everyone is unique, so everyone has a unique power. But if you understand that you are human, you will understand the power that you have. This course that you're on today was created by a human. The computer or phone that you're looking at was created by a human. The cars that you drive, the roads, everything that we've done, it is not impossible for you. So if you understand how powerful you are just by being a human alone, that will cause you to have more love for yourself. Let's move on. Safety. If you don't feel safe as a queen mother, that will poison your mind. You will always be thinking about your safety. You will always have fear, and fear poisons creativity. So let's read this and go over it. Concern for physical safety weakens the queen mother's creation abilities simply because she must invest time and energy into feeling safe. It is very possible for the queen mother to feel safe without her knight. Different steps must be taken to achieve this. At the end of the day, the queen mother would rather her knight handle the safety aspect of life, as this is one of his specialties. So if you do not have a man that you love in your life, you may feel more unsafe than a woman, or should I say, than a queen mother that does have a knight in her life. If you do not feel safe, that will damage your mental health. You must feel like you are in a safe environment. So, for your safety, avoid physical fighting at all times. If you can, avoid all physical fighting. Avoid entering into a physical altercation with a man at all costs. Do not yell at men. Do not curse at men. All of these things I'm telling you not to do for your mental health. The last thing you want is a grown man coming at you intending to harm you physically. There are so many unhealthy queen mothers that do this. They curse at men, they yell at men like they want to fight them. They come at a man as if they're his adversary and they want to do him physical harm. If you want to feel like you're in a safe environment, do not do these things. There are other ways that the queen mother can handle herself when she's feeling angry. Step number 1 to feel safer. Take a shooting course at a gun range to learn how to properly handle a weapon. Legally buy a gun and take a shooting course. Buy a gun and learn how to use it. Just having a gun in your possession will help you sleep better at night. And knowing that you know how to use the gun properly will also help you sleep better at night, especially if you don't have a knight of the Queen Mother with you. If you don't have a man with you, having that gun with you will help you sleep better at night. Take a course and buy a taser. Keep the taser with you at all times. You can't keep a gun with you at all times, but you can keep a taser with you at all times. At all times, you have to have a way to protect yourself. It will help you feel safer. Ensure you live in an area with a lower than average crime rate. If you hear gunshots every night or even once a month, you won't feel safe. You won't feel safe if you hear gunshots once a month, once a week at all even. And if you feel that your environment is safe where you live, that will always live in your subconscious mind. If you live in an area with a high average crime rate, you need to move. You will not be mentally healthy if you stay in that environment. You need to move to a different environment, even if you have to leave the city, even if you have to leave the state. If you want to be mentally healthy, you cannot live in an area with the average crime rate, where the average crime rate is high. Next step, street smarts. You need to be aware that there is danger everywhere. You need to know how to spot danger and how to avoid danger. If you know and you're aware that the danger is there, some people think they would be more scared. It's better not to know than to know and be afraid. Well, I'm telling you, for your mental health, it is better to know, because if you know where the majority of the danger is, or where the danger most likely is because you have street smarts, then you know that you're currently avoiding that danger. But if you don't know and you feel you don't know, you can walk right through the danger and not even realize it. And because you don't realize when you're walking through danger, at all times or most times you can feel unsafe because you have no idea where the danger is or how to spot it. So if you learn how to spot danger, danger is everywhere, but if you learn how to spot danger by protecting yourself at all times, that will help you feel safe, which will go towards you being mentally healthy. Independence. The next step to becoming a mentally healthy queen mother is you must be independent. And when I say independent, I don't mean you must be rich. When I say independent, I mean you must have access to food, water, shelter, and finances independently. You do not need to be rescued. A queen mother in distress is an unhealthy queen mother. You can have family members taking care of you, friends taking care of you, or at least helping to care for you. If you do not feel, and you can feel independent, you can stay with your family members and still feel independent. Okay. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be able to meet your own needs. So if you can take care of yourself when it comes to food and water, you know you can. If you know you have reliable shelter, and if something should happen to your shelter, you have more reliable shelter elsewhere. And if you know that you can afford to take care of everything that you need, including the basic necessities like transportation and communication, that will contribute to your health. Independence worksheet. Create a budget. So just do exactly like it says. Follow the steps. Create a budget and write it on a piece of paper. Write down all your bills and place it in a place where you can see it. Have it have it so that you can put a check mark next to the bills that are due for the month. And when you look at that paper and you see all the check marks marked off, you'll feel more mental stability because you know that those bills are taken care of. So the next step, if you are living with someone, create a budget, $100 a month if you can, for emergencies. As long as you have an emergency fund and you know that if something happens to your dwelling, you will be just fine, that will help you mentally. The people that you live with won't have a hold on you because you will know in your mind that if you have to go somewhere else, you can. If you constantly feel like the people that you live with have a hold on you because they feel that you can't go anywhere else, that is going to mess with your mental health. So if someone is doing something for you for free, you shouldn't rely on it. So if someone is taking you to work every day with their car, if you are relying on a friend or a family member to take you to work every day with their car, at any moment they can stop. If you're not ready to deal with what happens when they stop, that's going to mess with you mentally. If you know you have no choice but to rely on someone else, you're not going to be mentally healthy. So you need to ensure that your well being is not in anyone else's hands but yours. Let's move on. Karma. To remain mentally healthy, the Queen Mother must understand karma. You must understand that violence begets violence. If you do something, if you get angry, or if you're constantly threatening someone, those threats will come back to you. And you will always know in the back of your mind that there is someone out there that wants to threaten you or harm you. This is not good for your mental health as a Queen Mother. Anything you dish out there will come back. So if you're jealous of someone, the next time you find a man, someone else will be jealous of you. Or maybe you will think that your man is jealous of someone else. You need to get rid of bad karma. The Queen Mother is a sensitive empath. The Queen Mother must take all steps to create a healthy environment for herself. So if you live intentionally and you're in intention if you are intentionally kind to others, if you intentionally avoid mental and physical attacks because you know that they're there, you won't get caught off guard. And all the good energy that you're putting out there will come back to you instead of violence and jealousy. You will receive love and empathy. Now, there is a way to handle violence and jealousy, but remember, you do not want to spew it. You do stay away from it. So many queen mothers out there are wondering why them and what did this person do to them and why are these people doing this to them? It's all about someone else doing something to you. Okay, so you need to relieve yourself of bad karma. So discover if there are any areas where you are doing something to someone else. If someone is doing something to you, ask yourself, what are you doing to it? May not be that person, it may be someone else completely. Or it may be that person. First, you need to find out what you are doing. Look in yourself. Look at how you're treating other people. Are you someone's bad guy? So then you destroy the harmful structures. If you are someone else's bad guy, stop being their bad guy. And then you create something that serves you with the raw energy left behind. So there's an example here. If you discover that you're bullying a coworker when you're looking for what it is that you are doing, destroy the structure by stopping the bullying. There's different ways you can stop the bullying. Maybe you can leave the job. Maybe you can apologize, change departments. There are so many different ways that you can destroy that structure that you created. After you destroy the structure, let's say you just find a new job or stop the bullying by apologizing, you create new friendships that are beneficial to your existence. Now that you have the energy that you're not using to bully someone else. So if every day you come into the office and you say, "Oh, you wearing that shirt again?" Now that you're not bullying this person anymore. Every day when you come in the office, you're not going to say that to that person anymore. That leaves you with energy to do something else. So maybe you say, "Hey, nice shirt, John," or "Hey, hey, you give a compliment." Maybe in this case, you give a compliment instead of bullying someone else. If you do that, that karma is going to come back to you. You don't have to be a saint. You just have to stay away from using your energy to cause harm to the existence of others, unless your survival depended on it. Okay? So just stay away from causing harm to others. Let's move on. Energy absorption. This is the Queen Mother series, how to go from an unhealthy to a healthy Queen Mother. We're talking about mental health right now. And now we're talking about energy absorption. Keep toxic people on your outer rings or off of your radar completely. Sometimes you don't have to cut people off, but remember the Queen Mother is a very powerful energy absorber. So sometimes it is best to cut certain people off. But family members, close friends, there's a way to keep them in your life without cutting them off. So no matter how good you are at transforming energy, it is possible to be overwhelmed. So you can feel like, oh, I got thick skin, and by the way, it's not good or healthy for the Queen Mother to have thick skin. The Queen Mother is a transformer of energy. So in the energy flow needs to be able to flow. Now, sometimes thick skin can also block the energy that you want to come in. So instead of having thick skin, you need to understand that it's best sometimes to just avoid those situations if all possible. You may, uh, if those situations come, it is important to be able to know how to deal with those situations. But the best thing you can do is avoid those situations as best as you can. In the center of your ring, in this category, in the center, number one, you're highly influenced by the people in the center. That could be your husband, it can be your children. For some Queen Mothers, mother and father fall into the center, brothers and sisters fall into the center, family members fall into the center. Be careful who you allow in the center because they can harm your mental stability greatly because you are highly influenced by them. Use this graph to place them on the proper ring, and if they need to be placed off the map, then do so for your mental health. When it comes to energy absorption, you need to use those rings. Place someone on your outer ring, place someone on your inner ring, and stick to it. Remember, do not let harmful energy rebuild its structure once you destroy it. So, step number one, spend more time with people you feel most comfortable with. Step number two, Do not reveal details about a ring change. So if you move someone, don't say, "Hey man, I moved you to a different ring because of this, this, and that." Don't reveal the details. Simply, if they're still in your life because you only moved them back one ring or two, don't tell them what your plan is. Your actions will speak for you. Sometimes people can tell that you're acting different towards them, and they'll try to punish you for it. If someone tries to punish you for acting different towards them, they need to be moved away from even further. And it may be they eventually need to be moved completely out of your rings, which means completely out of your life. Just know that if you lose some people and they completely fall off all of your rings, it is possible for them to come back if they come back transformed. If circumstances change, individuals can always be invited back into the inner rings. Next step, staying organized. Have you ever went into a kitchen and it was dirty and you just didn't feel like cooking in there? Or have you ever been into a home and it was messy and you just didn't feel like sitting down or you felt like cleaning? This is a trait of the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother loves organization and cleanliness. And it may be a part of your physical health and not having the energy to keep things neat and organized, but we're going from unhealthy to healthy here. So let's talk about the pros of staying organized. You'll be able to find what you need when you need it. You'll always be prepared to receive anything. There will be less distractions, and you'll be able to pay more attention to the details. These are all traits of a healthy queen mother. Being able to pay attention to details, not being distracted and wanting to clean, having all the tools you need to create an amazing environment. The cons of being organized. Being organized takes effort, so you cannot be lazy. And sometimes it may become irritating when someone else is unorganized in your space. So if someone else is placing something where it doesn't belong, that may mess with you because you're trying to stay organized so you can keep everything, where it needs to be. Staying organized worksheet. Discover that your closet is dirty. Destroy the structure by cleaning your closet. And what you're left with is a clean closet, and what you had was a dirty one. Do this to stay organized. Discover where you're not organized, destroy that structure by organizing it, and you would have created a space where you are organized. Maintaining mental health. This time we're going to create, destroy, and discover instead of discover, destroy, and create. You're going to create mental and physical experiences using love energy. Now that you're mentally healthy, you're going to create these experiences using love energy. So, for example, you take your family, if you have a family, you take them on a picnic. You make sure you bring everyone's favorite food. You make sure you check the weather so the weather's perfect. You make sure that you have all the tools you need to have an enjoyable time. You just created a mental and physical experience using love energy. You want to destroy the structure of harmful energy at the root before it gets out of hand. So, as someone who is mentally healthy, you're now going to be able to spot harmful energy and so when you spot it, instead of letting it grow and get out of hand, make sure that you stop it where you find it. Do not allow destructive energy or harmful energy to take root and grow out of hand. This will help you maintain your mental health. Discover new ways to use healing and love energy. So, never stop discovering new ways to have a good time. Never stop looking for new ways to bring joy to yourself and others. Never stop looking for new ways to be creative. If you do this, if you continue to find new ways to give, if you continue to find new ways to love yourself, the mental stimulation will help maintain your mental health. Part one, mental health conclusion. I want to let all the queen mothers out there that are alone know that it is possible to feel safe even if you do not have a night. Make sure you keep toxic people on your outer rings or not in your circle at all, nowhere near on the map. Make sure that you don't need to be rescued because a queen mother in distress is an unhealthy queen mother. Remember that low self esteem poisons creativity. So if you're trying to do anything creative, if you're trying to figure anything out, if you don't love yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, it's going to be hard to come up with something creative. Understand that your perception is your reality. If you change, your life changes. Miserable people transfer energy to you in an attempt to relieve themselves of misery. Remember the company that you keep. Don't hang around people who are miserable because majority of the time the queen mother cannot handle that because she is going to absorb that energy. If you have a job where you're hanging around miserable people, understand this: if you are a queen mother, you will absorb the energy no matter how hard you try. If you have to go to work every day and deal with miserable people, no matter how hard you try, you will absorb that energy. Also understand that food can make you lazy, tired, depressed, guilty, and sick. Invest energy into your diet or your lifestyle with the way you eat. Maintaining mental health takes effort and it's ongoing. So make it easier by living intentionally, understanding what you're doing and you're doing it on purpose. Remember to stay organized so your tools will always be ready for you when you need them. Understand that change requires energy, which means it requires your attention. If you're doing something else with your attention, make sure you have a large chunk and you place a large priority on your mental health.